Hey guys, this is not the weekly TTM autograph haul because I only have three. These midweek federal holidays is really messing with what I'm trying to do. It was really a rough time for me to start doing 2 videos a week because just the way they fell was just not working with my schedule. So I'll save those three and add them to my Wednesday video. And I've got a ton of sets laying around, so I'm going to be doing a set breakdown today and probably two more throughout the week just to, get the videos out. I think they're pretty informative. There's some sets that I think people kind of chase. So this is probably going to be one of the longer ones. I don't have the update set. I did at one point. I still have some of it. The update set's pretty good too, the 89 tops. If I find one decent price, maybe without the Nolan Ryan and Griffey Jr., I'll do one like a standalone video of that. But let's get going here. This is the 89 top set. Out of the 792 cards, we got 215 free submissions, or at least, they're free. They're not automatic, but people with a really good track record, or they're currently signing now. And then there's 117 paid right here. And I'll go through each one, how much they charge as well, and kind of how you go about it, past pros and whatever. So let's get started here. My dryness has came back on my my hands, so that's why I got this Lone Glove. I'm rocking that again. I have added some that I already received in the mail, some autographs. So you're going to see a handful here. I had a lot more than I thought I did of 89 tops. You'll see, I guess I've added them over the last 9-10 months. Let's get going. We got Jim Acker, Jim Aducci. Luis Alicea is starting to sign again. It takes a while. Paul Osemacher, Don August is a good one. So is Scott Bales. Steve Balboni is one per submission. Jeff Ballard's a good one. Jay Bell's well. Bill Bean, not the Oakland A's guy. Bruce Benedict, Mike Bilecki, Mike Birkbeck. This is the autograph here. Tim Burtsis. I'm trying to get a good angle here, so without this focus being all weird all the time. So. All right, let's push this down. There we go. Terry Blocker, Randy Bacchus, Phil Bradley, Greg Brock, Tom Brookins, Bob Brower, Jerry Brown, Steve Buechele. Takes a while, but usually at the end of the season, he'll sign them. I think that's kind of what what his trend is. He's I believe he's like a television for the Rangers. Brett Butler, it's going to take a while, but same with Greg Cadaret. They take quite a while to get back, but they do, looks like, all the time. So Don Carmen, Chris Carpenter, Rick Cerrone is just one per submission. Jim Clancy is great. Terry Clark, Mark Clear. He just kind of started signing. Looks like people send him submissions over the last few years, and he kind of just got them all back at once. So I've seen people have to wait like 5 years or 6 months. So I sent him one recently. Shot in the dark. See if I can get an 87 top set card signed. Stuart Clybourne, Sherman Corbett, John Costello, Chuck Crims, hit or miss. Ron Darling started to sign kind of out of his home address in Connecticut. I don't know how long it's going to last. It might even be not a great address as we speak, but I put it here. You can kind of look and find your research there. Look into that. Danny Darwin, Doug DeCenzo, Mike Davis, Frank DePino, Dave Dravecki, Mike Dunn. Just don't send him an 87 tops traded. He will never sign that, apparently. Mark Eichhorn, Jim Eppert, Steve Farr, Sid Fernandez has been really good lately. Bruce Fields, Tom Filer, Brian Fisher, Mike Fitzgerald's hit or miss as well. Scott Fletcher is kind of becoming that way as well. Willie Frazier, Greg Gagne, Ron Gant is a GOAT. West Gardner, Ken Gerhardt, Jerry Don Gleaton, Jim Gott, Mark Gubza. Ron Guidry, he's kind of a one per guy as well. Jose Guzman, Albert Hall, Mike Harkey, Greg Harris. The other Greg Harris as well. He started signing this fall. Brian Harvey, might have to wait a while. Billy Hatcher, he says he only signs one per submission, but honestly, like, he'll get tons of submissions all at once, and he'll sign just a couple of them. It's weird. I don't know. Just FYI there. Ed Hearn, Dr. Don Heinkel, Dave Hengel, Dwayne Henry, Joe Hesketh. I got him because I offered him some cards as well. I think that's kind of the key with him. Kind of send a couple or whatever, or an extra doubles of some card that you want signed. Brian Holton is one that he didn't sign forever and ever and ever. And then I believe I still have the only return from Sports Card Forum. There's been a few on sportscollectors.net. But I mean, get him while you can. If he's out there. Rick Honeycutt, Ricky Horton, Charlie Huff, Jay Howell. Glenn Hubbard is a bit shoddy right now as far as getting him back. Takes a long time. Rex Hutler, Charles Hudson, Pete Cavaglia. He signed some from his minor league managing job last year. I would just kind of keep an eye on where he's managing and maybe send a card to his team. Darren Jackson, Brooke Jacoby. It's kind of spotty, but I ended up got one back this fall, thankfully. Deion James, Doug Jennings, Wallace Johnson, Tom Kelly, Terry Kennedy. He has a traded card from this set too. Paul Kilgus, Eric King, Mike Kingery, I believe he does as well. I believe he has a Royals card, if I'm right, or maybe. Bob Kipper, Ron Kittle, Chad Kruder, Jeff Kunkel. Hal Lanier, he's very spotty. I was lucky enough to get him in late summer, and I think I might be the last one, last successful on Sports Card Forum, but maybe he'll come back and take care of his backlog. Dennis Lamp, Les Lancaster, Dave LaPointe, Tony La Russa. I've had this one in my collection for a long time because it's in this weird sleeve that my brother gave me, and I've never taken it out over the years. It's probably been 20 years. Yeah, this is a 20-year-old sleeve for sure. Tom Lawless, Jack Lazorko, Terry Leach. No, he's got a 90 traded. Mark Lewis, Jim Leland. He was very good in the summer, and then he just kind of shut it down. Maybe in the summer again he'll be up to signing, but just keep an eye on him. Nick Leva, Jim Lindemann, Bill Long, Mike Marshall, Dave Martinez, Adobe McDowell, Andy McGaffigan, Terry McGriff. Jack McKeon's getting up there. I believe he's in his mid-90s, I believe. Craig McMurtry, Bobby Meacham, Dave Meads. He's kind of hard to get. Scott Medvin, Bob Malachy, Keith Miller, Paul Mirabella. Jeff Montgomery's kind of spotty to get. Brad Moore, Joe Morgan's another one that's getting up there. He still signs. John Morris, John Moses. Gene Nelson is spotty. It seems like maybe you can get him seasonally. Same with like Carney Lansford, I think. Pete O'Brien, Greg Olson started to sign again, his backlog. Jesse Roscoe, Don Paul, Jim Pankovitz, Mark Parent, Dan Pasqua, Al Pedrique, John Perlman, Pat Perry started to sign again. Steve Peters, Gary Pettis is kind of spotty now. I don't know why. Ted Power, Charlie Puleo, Ray Quinones, Jimmy Quirk is starting to sign. Dennis Rasmussen, Shane Raleigh, Johnny Ray, Jeff Reed, Jerry Reed, Rick Ruschel's a TTM GOAT, Don Robinson, Jeff Robinson, Bob Rogers was pretty good this summer. I don't know about his recent return rate. Paul Runge, Chris Sabo is very, very hit or miss. I'm sure he gets so many submissions when he does sign. So it's kind of just you send it and just cross your fingers that he'll catch him at the right day. Luis Salazar, Israel Sanchez, Mackie Sasser, Dave Schmidt, Mike Schooler, Bill Schroeder, Rick Shue, Steve Searcy, Jeff Sellers is kind of hard to get. Larry Sheets is starting to sign recently. Pat Sheridan, Steve Shields, Candy Sierra, Joel Skinner, Bryn Smith, Pete Smith, and this is, nudge that, sorry about that. All right, we got Zane Smith, Mike Smithson, Corey Snyder. I don't know, I've heard rumblings that he just completely quit signing TTM, but I don't know. We'll see if we start getting some back here soon. Pete Stanisic, Bob Stanley, Mike Stanley, Kurt Stillwell, Todd Stottlemyre got okay success recently. Franklin Stubbs, Jim Sundberg started to sign some recently. BJ Surhoff, I would put him in the Chris Sabo category. You just kind of have to catch him when he's maybe right by the mailbox or something. Bill Swift, Frank Tanana, Danny Tarbell's $2. I don't know why I put him here. Terry Taylor, Walt Terrell, Scott Terry, Mark Thurmond is one per submission. Ron Tingley, Jim Traber, Jeff Treadway, Tom Troublehorn, Manny Trio, Steve Trout, Bobby Valentine, Ed Vandenberg. He has he might have a traded, maybe I'm getting him mixed up with someone. Gary Varsho, Jim Wallawander, Greg Walker's Bitsbody, John Wathen, just have to wait a long time. Bill Wegman, Ed Whitson, he used to be good. He hasn't had a return in quite some time. Maybe he'll get to his backlog soon. Ernie Witt, Bill Wilkinson, Mark Williamson, Glenn Wilson, Trevor Wilson, Tracy Woodson, Todd Worrell is another one that he'll sign in spurts and then he won't sign for a while. Marvel Wynn, Rich Yett, and Gerald Young. Those are the freebies. I keep hitting the camera. And let's get to the charge. Let me put Tartable where it needs to be so I don't get all mixed up here. All right. So I guess that means there's 118 paid on this list here. I'll go through and see, I'll tell you who. Let's move this off camera so it doesn't mess with everything. Tony Armas is $15. Jack Armstrong is $5. Steve Avery is 15 through Pass Pros. Wally Backman's through Pass Pros, but I'm not sure. I think it's 15. Harold Baines is 20. Jesse Barfield is 15. Kevin Bass is 5. Juan Behringer is 5. Bert Blyleven is 20. Mike Bodiger's 5. Wade Boggs is 10. Just a few cards of his. Daryl Boston is 15. Oaken Boyd is 5 or 10. He's kind of going back and forth. Sid Bream is $1. Tom Bernansky is Pass Pros. I think it's, 10 to 15? It's kind of hard to tell what the price is. You have to add there's a Pass Pros fee on top of these. So, I don't really know. I've never done through Pass Pros, but Alice Burks is as well, but I think he's one of the more expensive ones on there. John Candelaria is 15. Jose Canseco is 15 as well through his agent, Mike. I think his name is Mike Mugwire, which is, Jack Clark is 12. Will Clark is 20. Roger Clemens is $100. Vince Coleman is $20. Dave Cohn is $50. Henry Cotto is 5. Jody Davis is 5. Andre Dawson is 10 apiece. All right. Rick Dempsey, I think it's 5 apiece, but I've seen people get, more than one signed for 5. So Bob Denier is 5. Mario Diaz is 5. Rob Ducey is 5. Right? Yeah. Dennis Eckersley is 10. Kevin Elster is 3. Cecil Fielder is raised his price to $10 now. Carlson Fisk is 50. Jim Gantner is 5. Doc Gooden is 20. Goose Gossage is 10. Kelly Gruber, I think it's like 3 apiece. If you send a couple, I think it's what was it, 4 or 5 for $10 or something. That's what I've been kind of seeing. Jeff Hamilton's 15 through JD Promotions. Ron Hassey's 10. Mickey Hatcher is 15 through JD Promotions. Von Hayes is 5. Mike Heath is 10. Neil Heaton is 5. Mike Kinnaman is 10. Keith Hernandez is 25. Tommy Hurst 5. Teddy Higuera is 10. Bob Horner is 10. Jack Howell is 10. Keith Herbeck is 5. Bruce Hurst is through Pass Pros, but I think it's like $50+ I believe. Danny Jackson is 10. Greg Jeffries is 10. I might actually get not this one. This is off center as crap, but Steve Jeltz 10. Davey Johnson's 5. Howard Johnson is 10. Wally Joner's 15. Jimmy Keys 5. Vance Law is 5. Charlie Leibrandt is 5. Jose Lind is 1. Kurt Manwaring's to Pass Pros, but I haven't seen his success in quite some time. Dennis Martinez is 5. Jack McDowell's the next one here is $5. Kevin McReynolds is 5. Larry McWilliams is 5. Paul Mahler's 20. Jamie Moyer, I believe it's to Pass Pros. It's 25. I believe it's to Pass Pros. Double check that. Dale Murphy, he's seasonal kind of when he signs, but it's $25. I don't think he's had one in a while. Tom Niedenfuhr is 15. I believe that's through JD Promotions as well. Junior Ortiz is 5. Rafael Palmeiro is 20. Dave Palmer is 10. Dave Parker, he's through Pass Pros, but I think it lists as 25, but people are saying with shipping and all that stuff, it's like closer to 40. So Lance Parrish is 15. Larry Parrish is through Pass Pros, but I didn't see what his fee was. Alejandro Pena is 3. Eric Plunk is 5. Terry Poole is 10. Jeff Reardon is 10. Gary Redis is 5. He's got a couple 87 Topps cards, so I need to send to him soon. Jerry Reese is 15. Jim Rice is 20. Jeff Russell, I believe it's $10 to Pass Pros. Nolan Ryan, $75 to his foundation. Brett Seberhagen is 10. Ryan Sandberg is 10. I recently got some of those back. Look, one of my older videos, or recent videos. Steve Sachs is 10. Steve Sachs is 5, right? Yeah, and Ruben Sierra is 10. Sorry about that. Doug Sisk is 5. Sometimes a hard time reading my own handwriting. I'm going to have a hard time with another set I'm going to do soon because I'm just scribbling all over. Lee Smith, I believe it. Where am I at? 30. Chris Spears, he's through Pass Pros. I think it's 10 apiece or 15. Terry Steinbach is 2. Danny Tarble is 2. Gary Templeton is through Pass Pros. Dickie Thon is 13 through Pass Pros. Andy Van Slyke is through Pass Pros. I believe it's like 15 to 20. Frank Viola is $5. Denny Walling is 10. Lou Whitaker is 25. Sorry about that. I had a visitor in here for a second. Devin White is through Pass Pros. Frank White is new through Pass Pros, but I have been... he kind of caught up his backlog with his minor league team in Kansas City. So I don't know if you want to try to send through that again or go officially through Pass Pros. Willie Wilson is $5. Herb Winningham is 5, and Joel Youngblood is 5. So I'm hitting my camera every time I move cards. All right, so that's it for the 89 Topps here. I'm going to be posting a couple more sets. I guess I'll spoil it. The 90 Topps and the 90 Topps update I'm going to be posting soon. And there was also a football one I'll be posting probably tomorrow. And yeah, so I've got a ton of sets. It's a war zone in here right now because I'm just organizing everything. But yeah, I will be back on Wednesday with those three that I've gotten so far, and the submissions, or sorry, the returns, and hopefully I have a bunch more. I sent out a ton because it seems like whenever I start getting slow returns, I just churn them out like crazy, and I'm going to get bombarded probably. It's a good problem, maybe at the end of the month. So yeah, I just want to thank everyone for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment down below which guys you're going to be targeting from this set. I think this is a great set to let look signed. I have way more than I thought I had signed, probably like 25 or so. So yeah, I'll thank everyone for watching, and see you Wednesday.